And every year after that, every 5 years after that, they do estimates. And generally what they do is they just add whatever the changes have been. And so our median income for the town of Forest Heights went from 62,000 median income, which put us in the bracket of being able to get this DHC funding, to 72,000. So the median income, according to what, if you look at the American, American Survey. If you look at the American Survey and just take it at face value, Forest Heights is above median income for the state. However, there is a plus or minus 13%. And when we look at the other demographics, that we got 45% of our community is over the age of 60. That means 45% of our community is retired. 18% of our community is unemployed. That means we have over 50% of our community that more than likely is below income. I have told Eric Brown that. I've walked with Eric Brown. I've walked with the county executive. I've showed them our houses. I've showed them that our demographics. However, the way that they use these numbers is they don't give any room. So they're saying, we can't help you. So this year, when the time came around, what I did, and I believe I did mention to the council before I did it, is that we opted out and we went with the state. And one of the reasons why I went with the state is because Prince George County mainly funds nonprofit organizations. Former Mayor Keto James is here, and he can tell you very few of the municipalities get any amount of money from the county. The most amount of money that we could have expected from the county is maybe $200,000, maybe. From the state, back on with the state funds municipalities first, and if the municipalities have nonprofit organizations that they would like to fund, then they can fund them. But they fund, the way the state's money, DHCD money, same money, works is that they give it to the municipalities. Their limit is $800,000. So I am going to suggest to the council that we do our own census of North Huron, and we present a bond, or not a bond, but a grant to the DHCD. That should be coming up in May or June, and you apply for that funding to fund North Huron. In addition to that, I am going to be applying for what they call a Green Streets, Green Jobs, Green Towns grant, which is open until the mid-March. It's the same sort of grant that we got to do some of the pavement here in the town. We got about $50,000 for that. So I'm going to suggest that we apply for one of those grants. We may not get but about $50,000, but if you add that $50,000 with the $800,000, with the $211,000, we're on our way to doing our second street. So,
excuse me.
Yes.
I have a question. Right to the safe route.
Safe routes to school?
Right. What are you doing for students that have to cross over Indian Head?
We have not done anything yet as far as funding goes, but I will get around to telling you about the partnerships that we have, because that is one of our concerns, especially the small kids that have to go across the street. Excuse me. Also, one of the problems that I was having with our Safe Routes to School program that we have in Maryland is that program says that you cannot get any funds if your street does not connect to a highway. And that just did not make any sense to me. So, about 3 weeks ago, I was in Birmingham, and we had a meeting with the Secretary of Transportation, a Deputy Secretary of Transportation. And they asked us as mayors, because there was about 18 mayors that were there, what questions did we have? And the question that I had was, this is a federal program. Safe Routes to School is a federal program. The money flows through all of our states. The states then put their criteria in there. But if your criteria means that my town, if it doesn't touch a state highway, can't get funding, and I don't have sidewalks, then that's defeating the purpose. So Secretary Perez, or not Perez, whatever his name is going to have someone talk to Maryland, talk to their representatives that they have here, and they're going to get back to me because I am also the president of the Maryland Black Mayors. So when I'm looking at this question, I'm not only looking at this question for Forest Heights, although Forest Heights is my priority, I'm also looking at it for all of the Maryland Black mayors, regardless of whether they're in Prince George County or not, and for all of the mayors in Maryland, because this is a question that impacts all of the mayors in Maryland. So, to answer your question, it has to touch first of all, the street has to touch, if they're going to give us funding, has to touch the highway. But then when it comes to the highway, there's a whole different ballgame that you're dealing with. So those are the grants that we still have coming in. There's still some funding out there that the council needs to begin to look at. Our 2014 audit is in. Forest Heights is up to date. We've been up to date for the last 3 years now. We're one of the few municipalities that are small that is meeting that deadline. We were about a month behind this time, but I'm finding out a month behind is not bad. One of the large towns up in the Piedmont area of Maryland, theirs was like a year behind, and I would have expected them